Alright, let's be clear. If 232 business class seating arrangement is your worst nightmare, you can just skip this video. But mind you, I'm also a victim here because I wasn't expecting that. Especially the business class seat that I had last year when I was flying BA on the same route was actually the conventional 222 arrangement. Especially the flight model that I'm flying was Boeing 787, and hence I was caught off guard. And to make matters worse, British Airways doesn't let you select your seat 7 days before the actual flight. Even business class passengers are not exempt. As if that wasn't enough, the layout was actually not just herringbone style, but reverse herringbone, which means some passengers' seats are actually rear-facing. Even the brace position is different. You have to lean your head back, not hug your knees. Having said that, if the above mention wasn't a deal breaker for you, the experience this time was actually quite similar to last year. The service and meals were both good. But first, let's start with the pre-flight experience, which is the business class lounge. This time, I tried a newly opened lounge located in the B gates. The layout is pretty much the same as the North and South Wing lounges, but it was far less crowded. The food was also the best that I've had for a BA business lounge. It is also adequately staffed, as I once saw a whole family wiped out a whole dish of pasta in front of me, and just as I was about to roll my eyes, someone immediately replaced it with a fresh plate. Other staff of the lounge was also very attentive, and the food from cold cuts to hot dishes and dessert were all of high quality. Of course, it's nowhere near Cathay standard, but I won't complain. Now back to the business class seat. I ended up choosing the aisle seat. You can see there's a footrest in front of you where you can put your feet up when you lie flat. But you know, there's a passenger in the middle seat, so if you stretch your legs out during mealtime or from time to time, the flight attendant will be tripped when they enter the middle cubicle. Also, there's no partition on the aisle seat or my seat, so privacy is out of the question. Fortunately, the food wasn't bad at all. For example, the focaccia bread was warm and soft. The squash soup had a good balanced texture even after reheating, with a nice balance of pumpkin and onion taste. For the main course, I chose the British specialty, the beef pie, which had a rich beef flavor and is a perfect match with the mashed potatoes. The apple crumble didn't disappoint as well, with a fine balance of citrus and sweet taste. And what impressed me as well was 1 hour before the flight lands, a light breakfast which includes a roll, a muffin and salad is served. Overall, the taste was decent. As for the return journey, last year I had to use the KLM lounge as I had to rebook my flight at the last minute from Aer Lingus due to urgent personal matters. Well, actually BA also didn't have its own lounge in YYZ, and hence I have to use the Plaza Premium lounge instead. BA though have designated an area of the lounge exclusively for its business class passengers, and hence we don't need to brace through the crowd of the same lounge. The food selection though was limited, even less in the KLM lounge, but again, if you just want to have a quiet place before the flight, this is actually quite a decent lounge. Alright, time to be on board, and it's 232 again, so I won't repeat. So for the food, I chose the Surprise style salad as an appetizer. Apart from the buffalo mozzarella cheese, which was a bit bland, is actually not bad. As for the main course, I've chosen the trout, which of course not a very wise choice given the cabin environment is quite dry. As expected, it's quite dry but still acceptable. For dessert, I've chosen the pasta donata, also known as Portuguese tart, even though I know it's hard to get this right on plane, as I really wanted to have some comfort food. Unsurprisingly, the pastry is a bit soggy and the tart was on the sweeter side, but again, it satisfied my sweet teeth. And just like the outbound flight, there was a light breakfast served before landing. I'll say it again, this bacon roll isn't the greatest food in the world, but when you've just woken up on 40,000 feet and your mouth is dry, what better way to recuperate than smelling the aroma of a toasted bread along with salad, yogurt, and a banana chocolate muffin. Overall, apart from the notorious seating arrangement, this experience hasn't changed my overall perception of BA's business class, as the staff were dedicated and attentive, and the food quality was better than the business class of some airlines. Not to mention that some of its competitors like Virgin also have similar seating arrangement, and Air Canada, what are you talking about? So in terms of direct flight from London to Toronto, you don't seem to have a lot of choices.